In an age where intimacy is often reduced to fleeting moments and instant gratification, few stop to consider what truly happens on a deeper level when two people connect in a physically intimate way. Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist and mystic thinker, once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." This quote serves as a compass to explore the energetic and spiritual implications of intimacy, something we rarely analyze but deeply feel. This video draws from Jungian psychology, spiritual insight, and subtle energy awareness to uncover the hidden consequences and potential transformations that arise when we share ourselves intimately with another person. 1. Intimacy, more than just physical contact. When two people become intimate, it is not merely a meeting of bodies, it is a merging of energies, a fusing of emotional imprints, and often an unconscious blending of personal histories. Jung believed the unconscious was the reservoir of all psychic material. Within it resides the collective unconscious, a shared web of archetypes, traumas, and inherited patterns that influence our lives without us even knowing. During intimacy, two people activate this web. Their stories, both remembered and forgotten, begin to intertwine. Their energetic fields merge. And though we may not be consciously aware, something deep within is being exchanged. This is why certain intimate encounters leave us feeling energized and fulfilled, while others leave us anxious, depleted, or inexplicably sad. 2. Sex as an energetic transaction. In many ancient spiritual traditions, sexual energy is revered as the most powerful creative force. It can generate not only physical life, but spiritual and emotional outcomes as well. When this energy is exchanged with presence, awareness, and mutual respect, it can become a source of transformation, healing, and personal expansion. But when intimacy occurs without intention or emotional connection, when it stems from escapism, trauma, or an unconscious need to fill a void, it becomes an energetic transaction that may drain both participants. Often, one absorbs the unresolved emotions, fears, or karmic burdens of the other without understanding what has occurred. This unseen transfer creates energetic imbalances that manifest as mental confusion, emotional volatility, and even a decline in physical well-being. 3. Unconscious patterns and emotional leaks. Many people engage in intimacy not from a place of fullness, but from a place of lack. They long to feel desired, wanted, or needed, not realizing that these desires, when unmet by self-awareness, lead to repetitive patterns of emotional loss. Carl Jung warned that unexamined patterns from our unconscious become destiny. So, when we engage in unconscious intimacy, we unknowingly repeat cycles that leave us energetically fragmented. You may recognize these patterns: relationships that start intensely but quickly lose meaning, unexpected emotional attachments after casual encounters, or a sense of something missing, something stolen, even when the experience appeared consensual and harmless. 4. Why you might feel drained after intimacy. It's not just your imagination. Feeling drained, foggy, or emotionally heavy after being with someone isn't always a sign of guilt or regret. It may be a sign of absorbed energy. When two people become intimate, they temporarily lower their energetic boundaries. This allows for the full transmission of not just pleasure, but also trauma, fear, insecurity, and emotional residue. If one person is carrying dense emotional baggage, the other may end up energetically taking it on, even if their connection was brief. That's why you might feel sadness, restlessness, or fatigue days after the encounter. It's not stress, it's energy, and it isn't yours. 5. The importance of intention in intimacy. At the root of spiritually nourishing intimacy is intention. When intimacy is approached with emotional presence, authenticity, and care, the energetic exchange becomes balanced. Both people leave the encounter feeling seen, heard, and elevated. Their connection serves as a source of mutual empowerment rather than depletion. But when intimacy is entered out of boredom, insecurity, or compulsion, without emotional alignment, the exchange becomes lopsided. One person may unintentionally drain the other, leaving behind confusion and emotional fragmentation. Jung might describe this as the unconscious influencing the conscious life. Without awareness, we don't know what we're truly doing or receiving during these moments. 6. The invisible portals we leave open. Perhaps the most haunting aspect of unconscious intimacy is the energetic residue it leaves behind. You may physically distance yourself from a past partner, but the energetic tie remains unless consciously severed. These open portals can continue draining your energy long after the relationship ends. You may find yourself thinking about someone randomly, feeling sadness without cause, or even dreaming of them months later. These are signs that energy is still in motion between you and that person. And unless you consciously reclaim it, that part of your life remains unconsciously influenced by a past connection. This explains why so many people feel stuck even after moving on physically. The body may be free, but the soul still holds the tie. 7. Reclaiming your energy. Reclaiming your energy is not about regret, shame, or closing your heart. It's about awareness. It's about recognizing where your energy was scattered and choosing to bring it back into yourself, not to punish, but to restore. This process involves reflecting on past encounters with clarity and honesty, identifying emotional shifts that may be connected to those experiences, cutting energetic cords with intention, not resentment, honoring what was learned while releasing what no longer serves. As you reclaim your energy, something inside you shifts. You no longer feel haunted by the past. The emotional heaviness lifts, and you begin to relate to others from a place of wholeness, not fragmentation. 8. The spiritual potential of conscious intimacy. Intimacy, when rooted in awareness and self-love, can be a profound spiritual practice. It becomes a mirror, showing you parts of yourself you hadn't seen. It becomes a channel, amplifying your creative energy and helping you manifest new possibilities. Rather than looking for someone to complete you, you begin to connect with people who resonate with your wholeness. Your choices become deliberate. Your boundaries grow clearer. And every experience becomes an opportunity to grow, not a trap to escape from. 9. Sexual energy as life force. Sexual energy is not just about desire. It is the life force behind every act of creation, be it physical, artistic, emotional, or spiritual. How you use and exchange this energy shapes the quality of your relationships, the clarity of your mind, and even the direction of your life. When you guard and channel it with intention, this energy can awaken your inner power. When misused or scattered, it becomes a source of confusion and disempowerment. That's why Jung's emphasis on individuation, becoming whole within oneself, is crucial when exploring the nature of desire. 10. A new way to relate. The spiritual message is clear. Intimacy isn't just a physical act. It's an energetic dialogue, a spiritual contract, a merging of inner worlds. And if we treat it lightly, we may unknowingly carry emotional baggage that doesn't belong to us. But if we approach it with awareness, with respect for our own energy and that of the other, it can be the most powerful act of healing and transformation we can experience. When you begin to ask yourself, what is the energy behind this connection? Am I seeking wholeness or escaping emptiness? Will this encounter add to me or drain me? You begin to reclaim your power. Final thoughts. Carl Jung's wisdom reminds us that our unconscious mind directs our life when we fail to bring awareness into it. In the context of intimacy, this means that every encounter shapes us, whether or not we recognize its impact. When we make the unconscious conscious, we begin to live with intention. We stop leaking energy into unworthy connections and start choosing from a place of inner alignment. Intimacy, then, becomes more than just desire. It becomes a bridge, a sacred channel that can either lift us into our higher selves or tether us to unresolved shadows. The choice, ultimately, is ours.